Golf on Sky Sports, sponsored by the new Chrome Soft from Callaway.
Hi guys, Chris from the Pro Shop here, back in my golf gear, back in the back garden. So hopefully you're all safe, hopefully you're well. Those who are getting out doing your exercise is great. Hopefully the stretching video has helped, just to get you going in the mornings. But what I wanted to do today was just talk about a shot that you might need at Seaford, obviously being a very windy course, that would hopefully help you. So if I can talk you through how I would play a punch shot, hopefully when you get back out on the course, this will help you. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit. I'm going to try and use some editing skills, which I haven't yet got. But what I'm doing, if I just show you first, there's the Flightscope there that I brought home from work. And obviously you can see the mat. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to hit a few shots when I hit it normally. And I'm going to record the data on the Flightscope. Obviously I'm going to come in, stop the camera. Then I'm going to have to change the setting on the Flightscope. Then I'm going to record it again. And what I'll do in the second part is play the ball differently or play the shot differently. I'll talk you through how I'd play that shot. And then what we'll do is we'll then have a look at the data that I've managed to record, and I'll hopefully do a bit of an overview and talk you through some of the numbers, because Flightscope for a lot of people, it doesn't mean a lot. Me just saying Flightscope, hopefully what you understand it from a radar tracker is that you can get a lot of detail out of it, and it can do a lot of good for your game. So you can start to understand when they put the numbers on the telly, potentially what it means and whether you're doing is right. Because if you can change those numbers, it means that you're making a positive, which is what we're after. So let's start. Okay. So hopefully I haven't got too many seagulls in the background today. Hopefully we won't have too much noise putting us off. So it's just a standard 6-iron I'm going to try and start with first. Just going to hit a few shots, try and hit the middle of the net. Always like to try and feel that I have good posture when I hit it. And then we're just going to try and record the data. The machine's recording that data for us at this moment in time. That last one. Couple more. And one for that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to change the setting on the Flightscope. So I'm going to stop the film and then I'll re-roll the film, but I'm going to add into it what I want you to do and how I want you to change to play that punch shot. So here we go. This is going to be playing that second shot. So you've watched me hit the first ones, and hopefully I'll potentially sped it up. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do in the editing skills, so we'll see when it gets out to you guys. I'm going to hit the 6-iron. The key things for me when I play a punch shot is I pop the ball a little bit further back in my stance, which what that does is that helps me keep my hands in front of the ball. What I also do is potentially, this isn't for everyone either, I stand slightly open, okay, because what I want to do is make sure that I clear my hips, because having the ball back in my stance, if I don't clear my hips, I'll get steep on the ball, and if I get steep onto it, it will make it rise, okay, and that's the last thing that I actually want to do. I'm trying to keep the ball low and out of that wind, because we know how windy it does get at Seaford. So let's play the shot, and let's see if I can do that for you and demonstrate. So the Flightscope's on. So we will have a look at those numbers to see whether I didn't just say it, whether I actually achieved it as well. So, start off, as I said to you before, posture is important to me. Pop the ball back in the stance. Now what you'll also see is that I've got a bit of a sawn off follow through. What I'm trying to get the feeling is that my hands stay in front of the club face at this point here. So so I don't add loft. So as I come through, I'm taking loft off the club, which in itself will help me hit it low and drive it down my target line. A couple more. Lost my balance a little bit on that last one, trying to just go at it a little bit too much. That was much better. A few more to go. Back in the stance, as I say. One of the reasons I also aim my hips and feet just slightly left is when you pop the ball back in your stance, you have the tendency to meet the ball early, so what will happen is the face will be facing right. So for a lot of people, what they tend to find is that they block this a little bit. So I find by opening up a fraction, it helps me just keep the ball going down that target line. Last two. Keep your posture, back in your stance, slightly open. Last one. Just drop the club there. However, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing what the numbers are. I'll obviously edit the video now, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you a little bit more about those numbers and what they mean in Flightscope. Hope you enjoy the video, guys. So guys, here we are, we're in Flightscope now. What we've got here is the first screen. You can see I've got 6-iron in my hands here. Hopefully what we'll see in a second is as this moves, we'll start to see the flight of the ball, as you can see, as it's taken off from this angle here. What we'll then look to do, we're understanding some of those numbers down the bottom. I've changed the angle there, just so you can see hopefully the trajectory from the sideways on. It gives you a better view. And that's a standard 6-iron that I'm trying to hit at that point there. Okay, so those were the first ones that you saw in the first part of this video. We've now moved on to the numbers, and as I'll go here, I'm scrolling down the numbers. These are some of the other shots that I hit there. I've now gone to the overview, as you can see. What I want you to take particular attention to at this moment in time, the two clubs we're looking at, the two shots, are the standard 6-iron and the 6-iron back in the stance. They're the two that we are looking to try and sort of draw some comparatives to actually see if what I did change had an effect on those numbers. So as I scroll across here, and I scroll from right to left, you can get a little bit of a closer look at those numbers, but there is some specifics that I really want you to sort of dial into and actually have a bit more awareness of. The obvious ones that people look at are carry distance and total distance, and club head speed and smash factor. Smash factor obviously gives you the quality of the strike, which is important to understand whether you're swinging well on that particular day. So what we're going to do now is, I've got the numbers in front of us, but I'm going to just flip back to the previous screen, or not the previous screen, back to the punch shot now. So when I go back to that punch shot, yeah, hopefully what you'll be able to see is that first one there, that's a little bit high, but then you can see that I start to bring the trajectory down. So as you can see from all these shots, and I'm trying to give you sort of potentially different angles to see them from and try and let you play the shot. So it's as if you was on the course and you're actually watching it with your actual eyes. We flip it here, so we've got the front view here. This is you standing over the shot. You can see the ball just trailing a little bit left on that one there, so the club face was potentially slightly shut. As you can see, I then adjusted to that and pushed the next one slightly right, and then I managed to get it down the target line. You can see that the ball flight is lower on these. In an ideal world, we'd have both screens sitting side by side. But what we'll do now is we'll move back to the numbers and have a little closer look at those numbers. So we're back in the numbers now. I've highlighted the 6-iron so that you can see that column. They're all averages, by the way. We move across to the right-hand side. What I want you to actually look at is dynamic loft. The dynamic loft was 26.3 on a standard 6-iron, and we managed to change that to 16.7, so there was less loft coming into it. But the ultimate was, did the ball go lower? Now the height of the shot was 114.8 with a standard 6 iron, and it went down to 65.7. So you can really see that we managed to get that ball out of the air. Did I lose any distance? Well, my carry distance went from 206 down to 194, but I was swinging the club slightly slower. Hopefully what that will show you as well, guys, is that this does make a difference, and you might have an interest now into some of your numbers. So give us a shout when you get a chance, when you're back at it, and we'll look through your numbers with you and show you areas of improvement. I hope my editing wasn't too bad, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Keep safe.